Hey homies, I wanted to show you some cool features that we added to our home to make it into a smart home. For the most part, most of them are budget friendly and we did them after we finished building the home. So it's perfect for you if you're looking to see how to add more technology into your home. It is a game changer to get rid of some of those mundane tasks and allow technology to take it over. So I wanted to give you some ideas, follow along, and let me show you what we've done. The first things I'm going to show you are what we did to our front door. They're pretty common, so you may already have these, but just in case you haven't, I'll walk through it with you. So we added in a video doorbell. I will link that in the description box where you can get that on Amazon. And it's been super helpful, especially when you have so many people coming to your door trying to sell you things. Usually we just talk to the person through the video doorbell and let them know that we don't want whatever items they're selling. And so we don't have to open the door, makes it super easy, super seamless, and allows you to ultimately see who's at your door without getting up. Secondly, we added in a keypad. We'll probably end up changing our keypad because it doesn't connect to our alarm system or our Alexa system. And it's really helpful when you're making your home into a smart home to use one system, right? It's either Alexa, Google, whatever it is. It's helpful if it's on one or two apps, because if you're bouncing around different apps, it just makes it less convenient. But with our keypad, it's also super helpful because you can unlock and lock the door from your phone. You can also add in a code and use that instead of a key, which makes it helpful because there's no losing keys and keeping track of keys. You can also lock the door pretty quickly with just one button, so it just makes it really easy. What I also really like about it is you can check if the door is locked or unlocked from your phone. And so, late at night, if you're wondering, did I lock the door? You can always just quickly look at your phone. So it's been super helpful and I highly recommend that for your home. Next up is our light features. Alexa, turn on bedroom light.
Okay.
This is absolutely a game changer. Literally, we are very, very, very spoiled with these the light automation. Like if you're going to do anything for your home to make it into a smart home, I suggest automating the lights in your home. Absolutely, absolutely spoiled. We do not touch most of our light switches anymore. We just ask Alexa or whatever your smart home base is to turn off and on our lights. It may sound lazy, but it's just super nice to be able to have somebody turn off and on the lights and not have to get up and do it yourself. So totally recommend. Also, one of the cool things we have with our smart lights, which is, I'll link it below as well, because we got it on Amazon and it was super, super cheap. We got quotes to make our lights smart, and it was just so expensive that we decided to do it on our own as a DIY. Totally worth it. Very, very, very affordable. And so highly recommend. The cool things with our lights is, one, as you see, they connect to Alexa, so we can speak through it. We can speak to it through our Echo Dots as well as our thermostats, which is super cool. Additionally, it allows you to set up different timings and settings for your lights. So for example, for our porch and our front light, no more do we have to remember to make sure to turn on the lights whenever it gets late. Things like that. You can set a timer and they can automatically turn off and on your lights for you based on your timer, your time settings, which is super helpful because it makes it just, you don't even have to think about it anymore. Same thing with our patio lights, automatically turns on and off per our settings. But we can also clearly speak to it or use the app to turn it on and off. Highly recommend. Like honestly, we love it. It's set on a timer every single night, and so the lights come on their own, and it's just we're literally spoiled. It's hard for us to leave the home and go to like a hotel, and we're like trying to tell Alexa to turn on and off our lights, and the feature is not there. So it definitely is a game changer for us, and it was pretty easy. We did have an electrician come and help us connect some of the light switches just because we didn't necessarily want to mess with electricity, but based on your comfortability, you may feel comfortable doing it yourself. Another thing we did to make our home smart, which you've probably seen before in other videos, is add automated blinds, which again, another game changer, because when you have so many windows, it's super helpful when you don't have to manually roll up and down the blinds every single day and be able to bring sun into your living room without the labor, I guess, that it takes to manually open and close your blinds. Now, this, of all the things that I'm discussing in this video, this is probably the least budget friendly, but it's still totally worth it. And there's different ways to make it more budget friendly. One, we shopped around, we were able to find pretty good deals. And there's also the ability to do some of it kind of DIY if you're into that. And so definitely consider it, but super helpful. And you can connect it to Alexa or you can use a remote. We often use a remote. It's just super easy. And there you go. It just shuts the blinds for you or opens the blinds for you, and highly recommend. So as you've probably noticed, the base of most of our smart feature is Alexa. And so being able to communicate with her to turn off and on the lights, play music, things like that, comes from using Echo Dots. And so we have several throughout our house, which allows her to hear us a lot easily and allows us to communicate with her. And so that's one of the things you can easily add to your home. They're pretty inexpensive. I'll also add those to my Amazon storefront. And it just makes it really easy for her to tell you the weather, tell you, what time it is, things like that. Reminders, especially, we have a reminder for taking out the trash that is very, very helpful. And just little things. It can probably help you create a grocery bill. I'm sure it'll help you buy things on Amazon if you really wanted to. So we have several Echo Dots, super helpful, and just you can place them in different corners of your home so they're not really visible. They also play music and the sound is pretty good. And so because they all can connect, it's really cool that we can play the same song or the same playlist through different speakers without having to put in built-in speakers, which we'll eventually do in the future. A few additional smart features that we've added to our home deal with our security system. I won't show you those because they're not as cool to look at, but we have several cameras and we also have a security system that are connected to one another and they're controlled via an app. So it's helpful that through the app, you can turn off and on the security system. You can look at the cameras. You can turn off and on the cameras, different things like that. Make it super easy to be able to utilize and actually utilize your security system. I know plenty of people have them and they barely turn it on or barely turn it off, but when it's easily accessible on your phone, I guess there's not much of an excuse of why you don't use your security system. So we find it super helpful, especially when it comes to the cameras, because you can quickly take a look in case you hear something or see something or think you see something, to be able to see different angles of your home to make sure that everything is good and that you are safe. We personally use HomePro, but I'm sure there's other security systems that are just as good. It's just the one that came in our neighborhood. So recommend if that's something you're looking for. Another game changer for our home has been the smart sprinkler system. That is also something we bought on Amazon that was pretty affordable and we highly recommend it. We left in our old sprinkler system, which is still automated, but it wasn't, I guess, smart. And so you still had to go into the garage to kind of turn on and off the sprinkler. You could set a schedule, but if you needed to make any changes to that schedule, again, you'd have to go into the garage. With a smart sprinkler system, which we were actually not that familiar with, you can do it all from your phone, and it makes it so easy. And it's also, in our opinion, smarter when it comes to the weather. And so whenever it's going to rain or it may rain, it shuts it off a lot better than our prior sprinkler system did. And then you can also on your phone change the different schedules or just turn on your sprinkler turn on and off your sprinkler, which has been really, really great, especially when we're doing our backyard project. Like, we recently got this sprinkler system. So as you know, we did our backyard project and we were trying to check if the sprinklers were working, it would have been super helpful to have it on our app to be able to turn on and off the sprinklers instead of going to the garage to check if the sprinklers were working. So something that you should definitely keep in mind, especially if you find yourself in the garage oftentimes trying to change the schedule of your sprinkler system, having it on your phone is so much easier. And it's not that expensive. There are a couple other features that we have in our home, most of which are our appliances. The main ones I'll go over is our washer and dryer and our oven. So they're both Whirlpool, and we really like them. They've been doing a good job, but when it comes to the smart features, I'll let you know whether it's worth it or not. For the oven, we definitely utilize the smart features of our oven. One of the biggest things that we do with our oven is being able to turn it on and off from your phone, especially when we are just trying to preheat the oven before, like maybe right before we get to our home or when we're in a different room or upstairs. It's just been really nice to be able to start the preheating the oven before you get into the kitchen so that it's ready a lot faster. Highly recommend having that smart feature. Didn't think we would utilize it, but it's been super helpful. Now, our washer and dryer are also smart. Please let me know if there are things we're missing when it comes to the reason why washer and dryer are smart. It does kind of tell you and give you notifications on your phone when the washer stops, when the dryer stops, which I guess it can be helpful because I'm assuming oftentimes we do forget, but you still have to do your laundry. So the smart features only go so far. So other than giving you the notifications, also our dryer does have like a wrinkle control setting that comes with their smart feature. And that's been super helpful when it comes to not having wrinkled clothes that come out of our dryer. So I'll give it credit for that. But when it comes to the washer, I'm just not really sure what the washer smart feature is supposed to do. So please let us know if we're not, getting all the benefits from our smart washer and dryer, because I really am not sure the purpose of that one. As always, we hope this is helpful. Make sure you hit that subscribe button so you continue to follow along as we make our home into our forever home. See you soon.